Good morning and welcome to the First Unitarian Church of Alton. Thank you to all of you who are viewing this service remotely. I'm Robin Berkeley. My pronouns are she, her, and I am president of this congregation, and I also serve as a worship associate. Eric Johnson is leading the service today as well as we reflect on Thanksgiving, in all of which we are grateful. Along with the service of reflection and gratitude, we will be celebrating our bread service, so be prepared with a piece of bread to participate in that part of our service. For those of you viewing for the first time, the First Unitarian Church of Alton is a small lay-led congregation located in Alton, Illinois. We welcome everyone to this home of comfort, spirit, justice, and hope. We are Unitarian Universalists. An important ritual in the Unitarian Universalist faith is the lighting of our chalice. Unitarian Universalists have many different interpretations of the flaming chalice, including the light of reason, the warmth of community, and the flame of hope. Join me in celebrating all of these reasons and more. Together, please recite our unison words for the chalice lighting. We hallow this time together by kindling the lamp of our heritage. Our service today focuses on two of our principles, number 4 and number 7. Forgot to little typo in there. Number 4 is a free and responsible search for truth and meaning. And as we reflect on the music and poems that Eric chose, and he wrote those poems today, for today's service, he has entreated us to search for our own truth and meaning in the music and the words that he chose to share with us today. Number 7 is the respect for the interdependent web of all existence of which we are a part. And this interdependence is really reflected in our bread communion as we engage in that ritual. And we think about all of the interconnectedness of all of us, and that sharing of that bread is a big part of building our community. And of course, we can't do this live because of COVID, and certainly sharing bread and opening up our mouths in church is really not an option. But I think just being able to think about the connection to each other as we all engage in this ritual simultaneously, I think that'll be really important for us to think about. So let's take a few minutes to listen to Eric's words and to begin our reflection.
Hi, my name is Eric Johnson. I'm a worship associate with First Unitarian Church of Alton, Illinois. Today's service is going to be unique. It's the Sunday after Thanksgiving. So I wrote 4 poems to be accompanied by 4 pieces. I hope that you will read the poem and then listen to the piece of music and let your thoughts go where they will. They can go anywhere. This is not really a guided experience. It's for you to think about your experiences, your memories, your reveries, your joys. So please enjoy these and I hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving.
Holy cripes! It's that time. Below me on the concrete stoop to the front door is the detritus of the annual squirrel attack. Like a crime scene, there are bodies strewn about, corn cobs from the corn stalk standing next to the door that the squirrels stripped bare, a few kernels laying about, the fresh pumpkins mauled with a few chew marks. Like every year they attack it and realize with the 4th bite, they really don't care for pumpkin, that poor pumpkin. I look up from the carnage to see half a dozen squirrels running about like they have lost their minds. Crazed with acquisition, calories uber alles, I can't even be mad. I get it. I'm running frantically around too, half crazed with nightmares of what might be limited by the supply chain crisis. I scored 2 turkeys weeks ago, along with cranberry sauce. I really thought that there was going to be a shortage. With each shortage rumor I sprang to action. Grabbing up, like the squirrels grabbing up every kernel of dried corn, grabbing up things for the feast of Thanksgiving. Grabbing up things that I don't even think I need or even want, like taking 4 bites of the pumpkin before realizing I don't need all this, but it seemed so necessary at the time. But what I really wanted was security. the security of knowing I had enough to get me through this pandemic, through emotional winter, through the tough times that I might encounter, like a squirrel, the scurry, to acquire calories to get me through, hither thither and all about. I'm thinking all creatures of our clime feel this at this time of year, and thus we come to the ritualistic display of it. Thanksgiving, the harvest table, the cornucopia, but the frenzied scurry is action of the hour.
There is a magnificence in a Thanksgiving meal, the way we set it apart, the way we revere it. In some households, turkey and dressing, cranberry sauce, pumpkin pie, and the myriad of regional sides, diversity married to traditions. In some households, the dishes that hearken the greatness of proud cultures, but in all, families and friends gathered, the intent of inclusion, the intent of together, around the table. Magnificence, the work of many, the work of a few, or the work of one, to produce the best they can do, for a meal and then days of leftovers, a holiday prima facie devoted to sharing a meal, the intent of inclusion, the intent of together. It's magnificent for that, and yes, there are those who do not have a million reasons why. So many won't be together, so many won't be included, so many will go unnoticed, lonely and forgotten, too busy or broke, too lost or in despair, for any amount of magnificence. And yet, I think a huge amount of beauty in holiday comes from many people, trying to include, trying to be together, trying, and this minus the commercial capitalistic need to do so, and this minus the religious directive, Christmas, to do so. No religious figure calls us to Thanksgiving, no company calls to congregate thus, we just try, and that's magnificent.
There comes a time after the Thanksgiving meal, a time of dozing, a time of pensive thought, a dream time, a reverie, where one lolls in the consumed carbs, those beautiful carbs, that overindulgence, and one gives into thoughts and introspection, thoughts of good times. Wasn't it good to see, blank, I'm so proud of, I'm grateful that, thoughts of tough times, COVID was just, I don't know how things resented. Petty grievances, I wish so and so. I can't believe, all melded it to a kind of flow. Blake said, joy and woe are woven is a good word for it, but in the haze of reverie, these are soft thoughts, not hard and sharp, like cleaning a pot when the cooking residue comes right off. Nothing too stuck on, like putting away dishes, silverware into the drawer, putting the decorations back in the box, up in the attic, down in the basement, in the closet, reverie of experience.
A day for Thanksgiving, a time to gather, a celebration of family, friends, and inclusion, a feast for many, a hope, an aspiration, a longing for some. But I feel it's important. To me it's the most important. It's simple on the face of it, but rich and complex underneath. It's a paean to trying to include, trying to get together, trying to get along, trying not to succumb to anxiety, trying to find family and friendship, trying to love, trying to cope with a still frozen turkey. It's a paean to gratitude, thankful for family and friends, thankful for blessings, thankful for another chance. It's a paean to hope for a better year, hope for those who have lost, hope for those we love, and it's a paean to the simple magnificence of gathering for a special meal, around a table, trying, thankful, seeking hope.
We offer this gentle reminder that this community of faith is supported only by your giving. Stewardship is more than just financial donations, but it also is about donating time and talent to help our church. If you can't write a check, please help our church survive and thrive by offering your time to help the church. Please donate what you can with your time, talent, or treasure, because all is needed for our church to prosper. You can mail your financial gift to the First Unitarian Church, P.O. Box 494, Alton, Illinois, 62002, or you can give electronically by searching for First Unitarian Church of Alton on the Givelify app or via the link on our webpage. As well, you can give through PayPal if you prefer. If you are willing to donate your time and talent, please contact a board member and let us know what you can do to help. Give what you will and what you are able, for you are a generous people. Please join me in our offering prayer May this offering equip us to inspire love and seek justice. The ritual of breaking bread together is one that has been shared by the human family in various forms for millennia, giving thanks for the harvest, a prayer that the earth will sustain life once again. In the Christian tradition, the disciples broke bread together during a Passover meal, remembering an escape to freedom on the eve of a crucifixion, when yet another imperial ruling power was asserting its dominance through violence. They broke bread together in the depth of their grief and fear, asserting that the forces of the empire, violence and evil, would not extinguish forces of life and love. Many of our partner churches in Transylvania hold a communion of remembrance 4 times a year: Christmas, Easter, Pentecost, and Thanksgiving, which is celebrated as a religious holiday in September. Unlike many other faith traditions, our congregation practices a free and open communion. Everyone here is invited to participate without reservation or conditions. And so it is that we come together around a virtual table, our communion table. This ritual connects us in ways that we have only begun to know through time and space, and virtually that is reinforced. And this connects us to our history, to all the people who have looked into each other's eyes through the years, to the earth and the cycles of life. This morning, we're going to do bread communion just a little differently, because the times we are living in call for new ways to lean into the depths of this ancient ritual. Please take up your bread, close your eyes, and think of all that you are grateful for on this day: family, friends, a roof over our head, paycheck, a car that gets you to work. Whatever it is, big or small, sit with that for a moment. Consider also those who are struggling, those who need us, those who have been forgotten or who feel despair, for the social injustices that surround us, and for the small glimmers of hope as we rejoice when justice is served. For all of this and more, we offer love, peace, and gratitude. Please partake in consuming your bread and send gratitude and hope that we can do this live in church next year. We have 3 announcements today. Number 1, please consider donating money to support a family from the Oasis Women's Center. You can donate via Givelify or PayPal, or you can send a check directly to the church. And in all circumstances, please indicate that it's a donation for the Oasis Center. Anything you can give will be greatly appreciated. Number 2, next week we return to church in the sanctuary. This is a virtual sanctuary, but we will be here live. We request that you be vaccinated to be in church for the service. It's a request. Everyone will be wearing masks, except when the speakers are at the podium. Please respect these rules so we will be able to continue having church in the sanctuary with the audience and with you there. Number 3, please note we will be having a Vesper service on Christmas Eve, December 24th, but will not be conducting service on Sunday, the 26th. That will be no day for services. So please listen for more details about the Vesper service in the newsletter in the church this week. Paula and I are trying to plan a really fun event and hopefully get some Christmas trees up and going, and maybe some Christmas cookies to share, to take home. So we look forward to seeing you, and we're really excited to be back in the sanctuary starting next week. I invite you to join me in reciting a prayer as I extinguish the chalice. The light of truth and meaning cannot be put out. We are keepers of this flame until we meet again. The closing words are from the UUA website, written by Sherry Prudhomme. In this space of our community gathered here virtually, having given voice to our grief and pain, Let us notice the larger forces that hold us, this earth, its large body which holds us, sustains us, and gives us life. The floors, walls, and roof of our church building, of the building you're sitting in now, the ultimate mystery, the source and sustenance of all creation that some call God, the God of many names, the abiding force of love that holds us and will never let us go. There's so much for us to be grateful for, so much love and care, passion and dedication present right here among us. Our life together as a community is a blessing, and each of us is a tapestry woven of experience and understandings for which we can be grateful. And that tapestry connects all of us together. Have a blessed, blessed day. Have a wonderful week. And we look forward to seeing you next week here at church. Amen, Ashe, and blessed be.